Guys, we usually get started about 5:15, but I think there's just been a little bit of a delay, so just bear with us and we'll get underway. Shouldn't be too long, hopefully. I think we've got quite a decent amount of drivers for tonight, at least. In Canada we had just about, or was it? I think it was, yeah. Just had a few, just had enough for qualifying. You guys have just joined us, we're just having a few minutes delay, so we'll hopefully be getting underway pretty soon. I think we're just waiting on a few drivers, which is, well, I've seen in the past that we've not actually allowed to wait past the time, but whoever it is, they're pretty lucky, so I think there should be something on that. Can't just keep on starting late, to be honest. There's no point in making a time schedule if we're not going to start at that point. But yeah, we're getting underway now. 5 minutes later, but yeah, so we'll get started now. Yeah, hello guys, welcome back to ABR F1. Today we're tier 2. Apologies for a bit my throat, but it gets really bad through the race. It's been pretty poor recently, but yeah, hopefully we should be fine. And as I was saying earlier, we've got a good amount of drivers this time, we've got 18. And I certainly hope that we can have a really good race today. We spiced up for tier 2 last weekend. It was a great finish. Really good to see some great battling, and we've seen it throughout the whole season, to be honest, within tier 2, so let's hope we can keep this going here today around France. Paul Ricard. We're going to have 3 qualifying sessions, and we'll see who can come out on pole in Q3 later on the sessions. We'll see maybe a mixed amount of tyre strategies in Q1. Could see a few on the mediums and hards to get in with get a feel for the slower tyres, get them warmed up, because you might put them on in the race. It's actually faster just to give a lap or two in the slower compounds, get them within the grip. If you come in out of the pits in the race. Don't know about you, but I thought I just seen a glance of rain there. Interesting to see. Yes, we have got a bit of rain, so I can see why all the drivers are getting out very quickly. Already getting some excitement here in Q2, tier 2, sorry. And yeah, so it's about to rain. We had seen in tier 1 a couple of weeks ago, and we're in France. I was involved in that race. It was rain, dry. Rain, it was just never making a decision. You could see another race like that here today, but we'll obviously find out. But yeah, they're all getting a move on, and they're all trying to set a lap before the rain comes down. So we're going to see who's going to be the first drivers. So we're obviously not going to see mixed strategies of people on tyres and things like that. We're going to see everybody on the softs try and get out as quickly as they can to set their time in as there is rain coming down. But Pushy Horizon has got lucky here. He's out pretty early and he's already on a lap, so he'll be one of the safer ones. We've seen one in the Mercedes. I'm not sure if it was Kimi or Kipu. I think it was Kipu. He's on an outlap, and Cringy still in the pits here. That's going to be very interesting. So keep an eye on him. He's not in any rush to get out, but Kipu he's on his outlap, and so is Sufyan. Sufyan is in the pits as well. So I tell you, if the rain gets heavier, these two could be out. We could see Kipu struggle to get his lap if the rain comes down heavy. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye on Pushy Horizon. He's going to be one of the first drivers to set a lap. There's a guy ahead of him. Yeah, the rain does look like it's coming heavy now. To the last corner. But I think we're going to see somebody jump up first. Yeah, Kehoe with a 131.0. Pushy Horizon follows up with a 131.5. So a bit of a gap there. FBL splits them 31.3. The Williams getting out of the way there, and also the McLaren Deadshot follows him 5th, Legion Standard in 6th. So we had that. Had a big night last night. Let's hope that doesn't affect his racing here today. I'm sure it won't, but yeah, a busy one last night for him. We see a few others. KF1 goes 5th, ABR Nick goes 4th fastest. Kimi splits FPL and Kehoe, he goes 2nd for now, 31.2, so he's able to get that time in, being later on the track. Getting 7th, UK racer, slowest of them all. So the Renault is struggling on their first laps here. We're also waiting on Lethal to set a lethal lap time. Don't think the first one was any good, but look at the track there. Everybody on this back straight here, so much traffic because everybody's trying to get a lap in before the rain comes down. The rain is definitely coming down, and Lethal's definitely made the corner there because a bit of lag there, so apologies about that. But yeah, he's made the corner, and we know how good Lethal's lag is. your recent Tier 1 or you've ever practiced with him, you do not want to be behind Lethal, that's for sure, but it is pretty lethal. Coming around the long right-hander is definitely struggling with the back end slightly. See, he's a bit hesitant into turn 11. Coming down the final corner, he's not going to be the fastest, but he'll be hoping into 132s to be safe. It's a 133.1, 14th. So, see, the track is definitely not evolving, it's definitely going to get worse. So the man in the Ferrari is definitely in a bit of trouble here. But it's interesting to see Cringy, Sufjan is now out on track. Cringy is still in the pits. I don't know what's going to go on with Cringy. We'll watch for him to come out on track soon, hopefully. So Kehoe is fastest right now, and the dry conditions on the softs. Kimi is second. Oh, we've got Richie Skills that's retired in the session. So he believes, I think, that he has got his fastest lap possibly in the board. He's retired in the pits. With only left with 11 minutes, so it's still a wee bit yet. Kimi second, FPL third. We've seen some good racing from the FPL, and it doesn't actually look like we've got. Oh no, yeah, I think ABR Nick is Nicholas Nick. Actually, I forgot to say. I was going to say that he had a new name, but I wasn't actually entirely sure. But I do believe ABR Nick is definitely Nicholas Nick. So yeah, so if anybody's asking or unaware about that, as Reason's already set his lap, Street Racing the pits, also Deadshot and a few others. Neon Shocker. Doesn't look like he's not on a lap, saving his ERS to go again or come back into the pits. Still no Cringy, this is interesting. So he's definitely leaving it late. Put in the comments below who you think is going to get knocked out here in qualifying 1. Who you think is going to be knocked out in this first session. It's going to be interesting to see. It looks like the rain is not getting heavier, but it's still coming down on the track. I don't think the track is getting any faster, to be honest, unless it's just light rain and it could go dry, but we'll find out hopefully later on in the session. There's a bit of track extending there from Kipu. It's interesting to see. We'll see that's allowed in the rulebook, but yeah, who knows. We'll let him do what he does. Yeah, look at that, top 12 in the pits right now. Sufjan going slowly, so I think he's mucked up in his lap. Yeah, I think we've just seen him go round. We've got a McLaren in the background. That's Cringy actually. This is interesting. Cringy's out on the softs. Unless he wasn't maybe on his Xbox or whatever. He's definitely out now. Track still sorry, the weather's still chucking it down with rain. Yeah, look at that, just kind of skating out. He's going to be lucky if he's anywhere near the 32s. I think if the rain doesn't ease off, Cringy is one man to be out of this session. And also Kipu and Sufjan. That's top few drivers there that could be knocked out in qualifying. Yeah, he's not going to be anywhere to compete with the top 10 time, I'm sure. Just going to see him slide about. And just here, he's having to wait on the power. Just almost sluggish. 27-1 in the first sector. It might prove me wrong, to be fair, but I don't really see him improving. Into the left-hand chicane. Still trying to find that time. Obviously, skating about there. You can see. Yeah, this time is currently well off. He's 57 in the middle sector. Struggling to keep in a straight line, but he does keep it. Oh, loses the back end also. That'll definitely add to his time. I think could have a top 10. Sorry, top 15. Sufjan has just selected the inters in the pits. Crunchy's going to finish this lap. No, no point. He's nowhere near the time to compete. And well, Crunchy left it late. And also did Kipu and Sufjan. Well, no, Kipu didn't leave it late. I kind of did, to be fair. He came out a wee bit, well, at least a lap or a lap and a half until everybody had got round once. So Sufjan looking to try and improve on the inters, but yeah, I think that's your top 15. Kipu, Sufjan and Cringy out of Q1. What a massive, another shocker in Tier 2. Is I'm kind of saying they're out already because there's a lot of people retiring. Doesn't look like the track is going to get any better, as people on the inters are not going to get anywhere near the low 33s, at least anyway. Yeah, a lot of people retiring, and well, that's a massive shocker yet again, as I was just saying there, to see them out already. These guys anyway. These guys we know are quick. But yeah. Had a few in the bubble as well. ABR Lethal was very close. UK Racer sneaking in there. Richie's Skills also escaped through. Yeah. It was just a matter of getting out first, really. That was just, there was no need to be waiting about. There was no, I'll just wait to the track, maybe I'll let people go on the track first. It was just a matter of getting out as quickly as you could and put your setup on. So we see a few drivers come out. I think the Ferrari's coming out on the inters, and maybe he's going to get a feel for the track. I mean, not all the guys have to retire. They're allowed to use this time. But yeah, everybody else is mostly retired. Yeah, UK Racer is also out on track on the inters. So I think we're going to get a rest of the qualifying session wet. So UK Racer loses the back end, a tap of the barrier. That's his damaged front wing. And well, he definitely doesn't want to be doing that in the race. If it's going to be a wet Grand Prix, we're not sure if it's going to be a wet. If you can put in the comments down below if you can find out if it's going to be a wet Grand Prix, that'd be nice. And these guys are going out on the intermediate tyres. I wonder, I think it'll be a dry race, because I would have thought we would see a few drivers still not retire and come out on the inters and give a feel for the wet track. So I do believe it's going to be a dry session. Yeah, so UK Racer backs himself into the pits. Cringy's still out on track. He's gonna, well, try to dig something out. He'd need a wonder lap to dig himself out of that. Kipu, I think he's out in the softs. Yeah. It's almost like Danny Kvyat going on the wets in Germany much too early on a dry track. So not sure where Kipu's going to find that time on the soft tyres, but we'll let him get on with it. So I see Gethin, 44. He's on the inters as well. So just under 3 minutes here in France. Tier 2 thank you guys if you've joined me. So you're guaranteed another exciting race for Tier 2. We've always seen a real battle in this tier, and it's really good to watch and good to commentate. So looking forward to this Grand Prix. So quite a lot of people in the pits. I don't understand why they just don't retire, like Kehoe and that, but maybe he's just trying to watch the times, and they're all they're all allowed to not retire, but yeah, that's their decisions. We've got a Mercedes off. So Kepu in the softs going slowly, but he's got back running again. But if you've just joined us, the session started dry, and within at least, I'd say, good 30-40 seconds is Kim and Kelly lighting up his ears. Bit of celebrations of, I wouldn't say there's much celebrations for the Mercedes crew there, because he's out of Q1, but he's still going around on dry tyres. Why not? Have a bit of fun. And yeah, as I was saying, there was about 30 or 40 seconds in, the rain started coming down. It was just a matter of who was out first and who was going to get the first laps in and get take advantage of the driest amount of track. But yeah, we lost out of that. Sufyan, Kipu and Cringy, they're going to be knocked out in this session. We've got a minute to go here, and Kehoe's going to be fastest in Q1. Obviously another spin there for Kipu. We're going to see obviously a lot different, I'd say. I mean, I'm not saying that Kehoe won't get pole, but I'm sure we'll definitely see a few other drivers pop up there and definitely challenge for pole position. You know, FPL likes to take it away at the end of this end of Q3. He can deliver, so I'm sure everybody knows they're going to have to watch out for him and know they're going to have to give their best laps, give it their all to try and challenge. I think he's taken... Oh, Kippy crashed out there. He doesn't want to knock himself out, because I think... Oh no, actually, sorry. What am I saying? He's out already, but we know that... I can't even remember. Can't remember what I was saying, to be fair, but yeah, qualifying one is going to get finished here. And yeah, it's going to be... I'll bring the excitement I needed to qualifying. I'll mix this up if it's going to be a wet qualifying session. And I was saying, put your comments down below on who you think is going to get pole position here today. We know FPL's taking it, as I was saying, in the latter parts of qualifying 3, but yeah, it could be anybody's, as it could be a wet qualifying session. So I think we're just waiting for Kipu to cross the line, and this Q1 session will finally end. Takes a long way around. And he finishes it in style, but didn't finish his position in style. But yeah, Kehoe finished top with that. Interesting qualifying session as Kepu, Sufyan and Cringy out of qualifying. Very interesting, and it'll be also interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see them climb through the grid. Yeah, so you just give it a few minutes. We'll get on to Q2, and I'll definitely start to show of who's got the pace here around France. It'll be interesting also to see what setup everybody's got. I think they'll be running dry setups if it's going to be a dry race. So yeah, I don't think there'll be actually too much to keep an eye on about setup wise. as Q2 gets underway. I tell you, actually, it actually might have dried up. I can't see any rain on the screen. So this is going to be interesting. And Kipu just saying he's making the YouTube more interesting, so fair play to him, and he tried his best. But yeah, we have a Ferrari of ABR Lethal coming out on track to be first one on the track. Now he's going on the intermediates, which is interesting. If I go on board with him when I can. Doesn't look like he's raining. Sorry, doesn't look like he's raining anyway, but doesn't look like the track is raining. Yeah, he's going out in the inters. Looks like it's going to dry up though. So that was a really, a really interesting Q1 to see the weather just disappear so quickly. Yeah, as you can see there, a few people on the inters mostly, a few people on the mediums and softs. So I'm sure the dry guys will maybe wait 1 or 2 laps, or a few minutes anyway, to allow the track to dry up as DRS is enabled. I'm sure we'll probably see Lethal come back into the pits by the end of this lap. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of people switching to mediums and softs now, as they know it's drying up. So yeah, dry qualifying from now on, I'd say. If I don't if I don't get it wrong this time. It's only just Lethal out on track right now. People obviously waiting for the track to dry up. So yeah, we'll see some action soon, hopefully. And thank you to Kehoe letting us know. It will be definitely a dry race. So, I mean, I think with Tier 2 being packed with action for the last few weeks, I think it would be quite good to see a dry track anyway. I think it does spice up a wee bit more, I think, strategy wise. So to be fair, I'm not too bothered about a dry race. So we see, I believe, a Toro Rosso coming out again. No, it's a Renault. Richie Skills out on the hard compound tyres. So it'll be interesting to see if he actually qualifies on those tyres. I mean, he could quite possibly do that. He could maybe just going out there to warm the track up, dry the track up even, and get a feel for the hards in the race. As I was saying to you might later on in Q1, you might see a few other drivers put on the slower compound tyres, just to get a feel for them and get them ready and warmed up for the race. So yeah, we could probably see most people out on the mediums, as we say. Got Neon Shocker on the softs, interestingly. I think I remember back to my practice with ABR Baraps, shout out to him. He's done quite a lot of practice I've done with him. And he made the, well, I think we've seen a few other drivers. Well, no, we didn't actually see it in the weekend race as it was wet, but he actually made the soft to medium compound tyre strategy work. So, be interesting to see if Neon Shocker goes along with that. But Red Mist has retired from the session. The Red Bull out. Oh, he's actually crashed. He's crashed on the left hand side of the long back straight, just before the left hand chicane. So that's interesting to see him out. It's an interesting place to get knocked out as well, or to to crash out. So even more drama in the qualifying too. Some interesting things happening already. So Red Mist is out. He will be starting, I believe, from 15th. Correct on that. And we see UK Racer on a lap on the dries and the mediums. No threat of rain. So no rush for him, but we'll ride on board with Red Mist. Comes through turn 3 and 4. And into turn 5. Want to use a little bit of curb and just early as you can on the throttle. Takes a tight line. And just open the DRS as you approach the line. And want to use the right hand side of the track to really throw the car in. Take quite a lot of curb in there, but we didn't really see there as UK Racer didn't. Being nice to the curbs. Yeah, you can take a lot of curb in that left-hander. And this right-hander completely flat out. Use a bit of the track on the left and just let it roll around a bit. And then just chuck the car in as fast as you can. Use the wider line and then cut back into the right-hander. And the same again, really. You come wide and then get a good run. You can use a bit of the rough road on the outside there on the right hand side. Stick to the right, stick to the middle of the track, and then he tightens up as it goes round, and then you stay to the left, tight line through the final corner. Don't touch the curb on the left. Full power DRS. Crosses the line. So the fastest is the 134.6, but we'll be waiting for the track also to get warmed up. So. We see him go pole for now, but we see Pushy Horizon on the lap. He's on the hard compound tyres. We could actually see him go faster here, but I think we will definitely see faster times. Yep, 33.5. Well, I think we'll see something maybe a bit quicker there from UK Racer. So the track is drying up, as I said. I think we got Lethal on the lap. Yep, mediums. He went out in the inters earlier, but dried up. But we'll ride on board. Good amount of curb there on the right hand side, neatly done. So we'll keep an eye if he's improving. He's got the fastest middle sector so far. Looks like he's keeping it tidy through this last sector. He's got a car in the way up ahead, hopefully he'll get out of the way. It's Kai F1, he does roughly get out of the way, does he? Oh, it's going to muck up the Toro Rosso's preparation for his lap, but at least he got out of the way of Lethal, but Lethal's going to come across the line on the medium, so 131.3 puts him pole for now. I think we've got Deadshot, Kai F1, so just preparing his lap. Yeah, Deadshot on a lap, he's on the medium. Everybody in the mediums so far, apart from Pussy Horizon on the hards. UK Racer might be on another lap actually as well. Seems to be a wee bit of lag. I don't know if it's maybe my connection, but probably possibly theirs, but a wee bit of lag between the drivers. So hopefully it won't interfere with the race ahead. Yeah, Deadshot coming to finish this lap. It'll be interesting to see whereabouts he is with Lethal. Looks like he took a little bit tighter line into that last corner. Won't get as much time in the exit, but he'll go second for now. 132.4. Sorry, 132.2. We've got Neon Shockers. He's on a lap. He's on the mediums. We see him on. Seen him put the softs on the pit, so he's aborted that idea and he's going on to the mediums. a wide line there, but gets away with it. Is anybody else coming up to finish their lap? We've got the Ferrari teammate of Lethal, Gethin, opens the DRS, comes across the line. It's going to be about a couple tenths off. Goes up 31.9. Goes second for now. Could see somebody split them. We've got ABR still in the pits. Shockers just coming to the middle sector. Legion Standard just out of the first. And KF1 jumps up to P3 for now, 32.0. Keep an eye on Deadshot. Oh, sorry, yeah, he's set a lap, that's right. Yeah, Kimmy just preparing his lap. Ibionic. The man near the top, he's put on some good races. He's had a few unlucky ones in the past too, but looking to redeem himself this weekend here in France with just under 4 minutes to go. We're still waiting on a few drivers to set their laps. They've obviously left it to the dead, but the thing that can catch you leaving it to the last moment, as we see Lethal could be jumping onto the softs. He's in the pits, but yeah, leaving it late, as I did in France in Q1. I got knocked out, which is not usually like me, but I promise it's not. But yeah, the crucial thing about leaving it last is you get the fastest track, you get the drier track from, as we've seen through the session. But you can also make a few mistakes on your lap. You could invalidate it, you could have to go again, and you can invalidate the second one, and you could run out of fuel. So it's not easy leaving it late on. It does put a little bit more pressure on you, but yeah, ABR Nick trying to set his lap in the mediums. Neon Shocker went third fastest, by the way. Legion Standard in 6th. Pushy Horizon is coming out on the mediums now. So far so good for ABR Nick in the first sector, and I think that is the fastest first sector, 25.0. Could get a decent tow. I think Richie Skills is actually on a lap, to be fair. Yeah, he is, so this is going to be interesting. Can ABR Nick keep him as a target, close in on him, and get a bit of a tow? Maybe just a little bit too far back to actually get anything. Yeah, he'll be a wee bit too far back to get something. Street Racing splits the Ferraris. He goes second. I was going to say Lethal's time standing well, but Kimmy's just pipped it by just about half a tenth. And the Mercedes, Kimmy has proved to be very good in the last Grand Prix we've seen. I think it was him. Yeah. Proved to be pretty quick. Actually, I think that is the Kimmy. There's 2 or 3 Kimmys. I keep getting mistaken. I'll talk about it in a minute. But Richie Skills jumps up to 10th, but ABR Nick does better. Jumps up to 3rd with a 1:31.4. So just 2 tenths off the fastest lap, or I'd say just about a tenth, just over a tenth faster, or slower, sorry, than the Mercedes. It just went fastest a moment ago. We won't see Lethal out in the softs, but we could see KF1 in the softs, interestingly. Now I don't think he's gonna, unless he really gets a move on with this lap, I don't think he's actually gonna make it. Deadshot, he's on the, yeah, Deadshot's not gonna make it. But you'll just get a feel for the softs. Who have we got in the drop zone? We've got FBL in the drop zone, interestingly, but he's on a lap, so we better not invalidate it, otherwise he'll be in big trouble for himself. Kehoe is just to come across the line now and start his lap, so if Kehoe mucks it up, you know, he's out of qualifying 2, sorry, and that's the amount of pressure that leaving it late can really put on you. You know, he needs to be careful. You know, if he makes one little error, it really could cost him. We've got UK racer Richie Skills in the drop zone. Legion Standard is topping that, the Scotsman. Street Racing now 5th as FBL goes fastest. We've seen him, he's just gone a 10th quicker. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on Kehoe. And UK racer is on a lap. I think he's about half a second up on his time. Richie Skills is going to be out, he's aborted his lap. Legion Standard, I believe, is going on one more push lap. He's low on ERS, but he'll give it his all. Deadshot on the bubble now. Is he gonna? Yeah, he will actually make the time to set another lap. So at least he's come out and back on the softs. But however, Kehoe on a lap needs to perfect this one. He's going fast enough at the moment, but we know Kehoe. I mean, he's very consistent. He's a very quick driver. I'm sure he's not feeling any pressure, and he knows he's just got to keep it calm, keep this lap clean, and he should be fine. And he's coming around the final few corners. He's going to get this lap in, which is good to see. Keeping his consistency up a little bit deep into the last corner, but that should be fine. He's going to come across the line. He's going to be near the top, I'd say. Yep, goes third, just tenth and a half or two down on the fastest time from FBL, but it'll do for now. KF1 also on the bubble. He's on a lap. He's 10th at the moment. That'd be interesting to see him out, but he's a second up in his time. Dead shot just ahead. KF1 might be getting a little bit of a toe. No, he's a bit too far back. Legion Standard is racing for the line. Look, he's racing for some more ERS, I tell you that. UK Racer's out as well. He's not going to be proving his time. Legion Standard running out of ERS. Coming to the line though. Is he going to get himself out of the danger zone? No, I don't think he is. No, he's out. Legion Standard is out. KF1 still on the lap. He's coming around the final corner. Deadshot's going to be the first out of the two of them. Gethin goes fastest on the softs. That's knocked him out into up the shot. Deadshot goes fourth. KF1 goes fastest. And Pushy Horizons on the bubble, but there is no one else to improve. So a tight finish to qualifying 2 there. As we see KF1 jumping up to pole position by 7/10 ahead of Gethin on the softs. But yeah, good job there from Kai getting himself out. But we've lost drivers. We lost Neon Shocker. That could be a shocker to him, and it's a shocker to see. Legion Standard and the Scotsman, fellow Scotsman, is out also in 12th. Richie Skills 13th, UK Racer in 14th, and on the bottom of the list without setting a time, retiring early in this Q2 session, Red Mist in the Red Bull. Just trying to control that, but yeah, we'll get underway with Q3 in just a few seconds, and it will be the fight for pole. So the fight for pole position here in qualifying 3 is about to get underway, and oh boy am I excited for this. This is going to be very interesting and tell you very close. FBL has done very well in the recent qualifying sessions for tier 2. Also ABR Nick is one to watch out. Kehoe, ABR Lethal possibly as well. KF1, Street Racing. All these drivers well and truly capable, I'd say, to try and challenge for pole position, and that is why they're all in the top 10 here in Q3. And no tyre strategies, no nothing, lowest amount of fuel, fastest tyre to see who can get pole around France. Definitely see possibly the low 30s for, I'd say, mid to low 30s for this top 10 top 10 drivers here in qualifying. Put in the comments below, who you think is going to get pole position. And if you're asking, I might put a wee prediction. I believe that I don't know actually. KF1 is looking pretty quick, but I would say FBL, but I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go. I'm gonna go Kimmy to take pole. I think Kimmy might have a shot. He did well, we've seen last time out. Yeah, so I'll put my money on Kimmy and see what he can do in the Mercedes. As the first one to set a lap. We usually see it all the time, to be fair. As ABR Nick, he gets himself out early pretty well. He's down into turn 1. late on the brakes as possible. Chucks it in. Looked like he went a little bit deep, but it cost him on the exit of turn 2. There were some yellow flags, but it's just drivers creating gap, going slowly. So they have enough room into 3 and 4. Good lines. Keeps a tight line out of 4. Chucks it into 5. This is a bit of curb on the left. Goes round 6. Takes a bit of curb. Now onto the left hand side. We'll open the DRS and focus on the heavy braking into the left hand chicane. It's all about just straight line speed. Down here. Chucks it in. A lot of curb, as I was saying, you can take there. Clips out the bollard off the curb there. It's just a flat right hander. Now into the heavy braking of the right hander. Throw it in. Take the late apex. Again, stick to the right. A bit of lag there. And then really want to touch the curb on the left hand side. Yeah, a bit of lag for ABR Nick. It's not the best to watch on board, but even the other cameras giving us the onboard shots, so it's quite smart. But ABR Nick, you're going to come across the line first of all. Set a 130.4, so I did say we're going to see mid to low 30s, and we've got the Alfa Romeo of Kehoe coming across the line. He goes fast at 130.3, Lethal 130.6, not be able to match the drivers ahead of him. FPL, no, it's going to be Deadshot, sorry, goes 5th, slower than all. Street Racing goes P3, 130.5. Now we've got FPL coming around the final corner. Can he snatch something as we've seen before? Comes across the line here, and he does so. 129.9, it's the 29s. It's fastest lap of all so far this session and for himself. And Kimi, however, jumps up to P4, 130.4. So it is FPL who's probably snatched the pole for now. F1 is probably going to leave it late and only do the one lap. Well, he's coming out now actually. Pushy Horizon is going to start another one. He's made a mistake on that one, but he's going to go again. But FPL, we've seen it in the past and he's done it again. Takes pole position for now. But yeah, a bit of a gap there, 4/10 at least to the man in second, Kehoe. So it's going to be interesting to see who can actually challenge FPL. Can anybody beat that time or get closer? We'll soon find out, that's for sure. As Pushy Horizon is going to go on his flying lap. He's going to try and put himself in the mix. How much curb is he taking on the left hand? Yeah, good amount. Not as much as we've seen ABR Nick, sorry. But maybe would have lost a bit of time there. So yeah, that is your top 8 for now anyway. KF1 is actually still in the pits. It was on my screen, he was actually moving, but yeah, we'll probably see KF1 only set the one lap. Pushy Horizon comes around the final corner. Where's he going to put his McLaren? Comes across the line. It's only 8th for now, just a bit faster than Deadshot, but I think Deadshot could improve on that lap. But yeah, Pushy Horizon goes 8th, and everybody else in the pits to set a new, put a new set of softs on. And, I think the first one out is actually going to be KF1. It's interesting that Kai would come out at that time. I actually don't understand that people come out just like halfway through the 5th minute. It just kind of puts it like in awkward timing, because once you've set your lap, you know, you're left with about 2 to 3 minutes to go. I think by the time you get round, you don't have enough time to go and, you know, go again. So I don't really understand why. I mean, nothing wrong with what he's doing, but just my opinion. I would rather go and set 2 laps and leave it to the dead on the one set of tyres and on the one lap. But maybe he prefers it, and that's fine. So we see Kehoe, he's already coming out on the Alfa Romeo. So Yeah, we'll probably just see everybody come out on their out laps in a few seconds. As Carry F1 comes out the final corner, he's got a few drivers coming out on track, but yeah, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Well, gets out of the way a wee bit, but like, yeah, Carry F1 was probably wanting to use a bit of the... Ah, well, he's actually invalidated the lap, actually. I think he might have done it on the, possibly the lap before, and a lot of corner cutting there from Carry F1. Yeah, like, you know, as I was saying earlier, you know, if you make a mistake like that or something happens, you know, you've got to go round again on a worn set of tyres. It's just, I won't go on too annoying, I'll just have a big rant about it, but yeah, we'll let him do his thing, and still corner cutting anyway, and I'll probably keep an eye on Kehoe, because Kehoe is, yeah, starting his lap, and can he challenge for pole position? We'll watch his sector time, can he improve? Looks reasonably tidy in the turn 4, turn 5 now. The final corner, he's just about 11 hundredths up on his lap time in the first sector, so it'll be all to gain in the second and third. He's got to gain at least 3.5 tenths to challenge for it at least. Maybe even more than 3, just over 3.5 tenths into the heavy braking zone. A lot of carb into the left-hander. Now around turn 9, gets it clean. A decent exit there. What's his split time in the middle sector? 24 hundredths up. He needs about 3.5 tenths in this last sector. That's going to be a big ask, but he'll throw everything at it. Be right on board with him. But he might be he might be able to just improve on his time and keep on to second place, which would be a very good effort. Everything he has on the pole man for now. Tight line round the final corner. Oh, a lot of all the time gone, unless it was just a little bit of lag. We'll find out as he races, takes the shortest line as possible, comes across the line. Oh my goodness, he's got pole position at 29.8, more than 3.5 tenths improvement. He found it in the last sector, would you believe it? Kehoe has taken it away from FBL. What a performance there in the last sector. It looked like he'd made a mistake in the last corner, but I think down to lag, it just looked like he turned in too early. But Kehoe has taken pole position, provisional pole for now, however. There's 1 minute 40 seconds still to go. Kehoe snatches it away, but we're street racing, I think, isn't improving on his lap. Kai F1 also on a lap. Street racing, the Flying Scotsman keeping it tidy so far for now. Kai F1 comes across the line. He's going to have to go again. So I think he actually, well, unless that was his out lap. Yes, it was, I think, yeah. Hold on a minute though, street racing is 3.5 tenths. Oh, a lot of curb we've seen from Kehoe, but we'll not count our chickens too early. Races for the line. Oh, I told you not to count your chickens too early. Oh, that says no, it is. It's pole position for street racing. The Flying Scotsman improves now. So the times are coming down. Keep an eye on FBL also. My goodness, Kehoe loses it. Street racing has taken it away. Oh, I'm not even going to say anything if they take too much curve in the last sector. It seems to be doing everybody a treat. ABR Nick, FBL coming across the line to start his lap as well. Gethin is on a lap. Kimmy comes through the middle sector. He's at 2 tenths up. Well, unless he made a mistake in the last sector, well, like we've seen a few others. He could go challenge for P3 at least, but he might find a bit of time. However, what about Gethin in the middle sector? 4.5 tenths up, so keep an eye on him as well. Lethal, trying to set a lethal lap time, come through the first sector. What's his split time? Matches his first sector, he's a little bit down. Deadshot is going to be the next one to come across the line, he's half a second up. Oh, I don't know if that... No. Game's just lagging, just let it do a thing. Dead short comes across the line. He stays 9th place. He won't be happy with that. What can Kai F1 do? Kimi crosses the line. 130.1. He goes 4th. Kai F1 races for the line. Oh no, it's down in 10th place. Not what we thought we were going to see from Kai F1. 4.5 tenths. What about Lethal? Lethal's, I think, a wee bit up. Comes across the line. Gethin on and off. He goes P5. McLaren and Pushy Horizon. I think starts his next lap, I believe. The Haas driver street racing in the pits. He can't not improve. FBL, I'm flicking through. I don't know who to watch. Doesn't look like FBL. Oh, well, he's matching his time in the middle sector. Can the man that has taken pole position so many times at the dead of Q3, can he take it away again? Yes, he can. It's a 29.3, but keep an eye on others. ABR Nick comes across the line. Oh, it's 2nd place. It's a 129.8. He can't do it. What about ABR Lethal? He's coming across the line. No, it's only 7th. And that is your top 10. FPL has taken pole position yet again at the death. Wow, how about that for qualifying 3 yet again in Tier 2, sorry. And France and Paul Ricard. Williams are on pole again. And that is a great way to finish the qualifying session again. Look at that, half a tenth between the top 2. ABR Nick putting the pressure on him, but in the end it wasn't enough, and it was so close. Kehoe thought he had it, the Flying Scotsman thought he had it. ABR Nick was not able to challenge, but he was so close. A really good P2 for him though. And FPL finishing on pole position. How many times have we seen FPL 44 take it away at the dead? It's just unbelievable. It's like he knows he just comes out in the last moment. Take it away. It's almost like he just, you know, it's a routine. He plans it and he puts it to perfection, as he has done here today. And rounding off the other drivers, Kehoe finishes, starts 4th in the race. Kimi just behind him in 5th. Gethin in the Ferrari, and the other Ferrari of Lethal 6th and 7th. Pushy Horizon at the end, putting in McLaren P8, so a good P8. P8 for McLaren. Deadshot, the other Williams, down in P9, and Kai F1 down in 10th place. Interestingly, I was talking about how, you know, leaving it to the dead with your qualifying lap in Q3, I would rather put the two tyres on and set 2 laps, but he left it dead to the dead, and he was only able to get 10th place. So I thought we were going to see a little bit higher than Kai, but he'll be looking, I'm sure, to make his way through the grid. We usually take a break, 5 minutes between the qualifying and race, so get your drinks, get your food, put your feet up, relax, tune in to whatever you're doing, and yeah, just well, we might actually get sooner because Kai F1 is actually readied up, so we'll get underway in a few seconds for our formation lap. That's not happy ABR Lethal, which is quite rightly so. Not happy with the Kai F1 readying up. That'll be a big penalty, as he's had probably, I would say, a poor qualifying. I think Kai is a lot quicker than 10th place, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, everybody getting away from the grid then. Thank goodness for that. And we're going to get underway for this French Grand Prix here in Paul Ricard. 27 laps, pure flat out racing, and I'm sure it's going to be another exciting one. And who's your money on, everybody? Put in the comments below who you think is going to get pole position here today. Well, the race win even. Tune in and put in the comments below. Get discussing. We've seen these two up top battle out for qualifying so many times. Definitely keep an eye on Krunji, Kipu and Sufyan also, as I was saying in Q1. Keep an eye on them to make their way up the field in this race, so that'll be exciting. We're going to have to flick through quite a lot, I think, to watch passes being made. So yeah, keep an eye on that. No threat of rain, as we heard earlier on, so if you've just tuned in, it'll be a dry race. There's FBL bunching everybody up here. He's going to try and take the race win, following up from a pole position here. I'm sure everybody else is definitely going to try and take it away from him. We've got a naughty driver, Deadshot and Pushy Horizon on the grid. As everybody lines up and completes the grid order. We are going to have 27 laps of exciting, immense racing from Tier 2 in the French Grand Prix. 5 red lights about to get underway. Lights out, away we go. Looks like it was an even start up top, and it is, I think. Although Street Racing has got alongside ABR Nick down into turn 1, though FBL is clear as daylight in the lead, and it looks like ABR Nick is trying to go around the outside of Street Racing. He does complete the move. The two Ferraris squabbling positions, a Racing Point trying to go wide. Looks like Lethal's going to try and take a position back off Gethin. We've had a bit of a gap in the background, though. There's a few drivers not making a move. Cringy has moved up ahead of Sufyan, who's actually in the pit lane, I believe. Not racing, UK Racer, just trying to follow in behind, but we've got a battles up top as the Ferraris going side by side still, coming out the first sector. Lethal and Gethin still trying to battle up for positions. It's a slipstream galore coming down the back straight. The Ferraris still battling away, they're not going to give it up with each other. Gethin down the inside, oh no, there's contact, but he's able to keep 4 wheels facing forward, or his car facing forward, shall I say. And they're still going wheel to wheel, as we see in the background. Everybody's squabbling for positions, trying to line it up, but looks like there's a bit of battles going on up top. We see the Haas driver and the Mercedes, Kipu and Legion Standard, making his way up the field on the medium compound tyres. Down the inside he goes. Also Deadshot trying to make up the positions on the soft tyres. Legion Standard on the hards. He's struggling for grip, as looks like Kimmy's past Street Racing, so that's interesting to see. As Kimmy now up to 3rd place, but we end lap 1 and FBL is leading this Grand Prix by only half a tenth or half a second, and he's going to try and start create that gap. They're all mostly on the mediums, some on the softs. You see the Ferrari still trying to battle away with each other. So we see position gains. Looks like Kepu made 5 positions in that first lap, so a really good restart start for him in this French Grand Prix. 7 losses for Deadshot in the first lap, unless he had a spin or whatever we didn't actually quite see, but hopefully find out at the end of the race. Obviously still a long way to go. Cringy up to 13th place, as we see the background. We could see Richie Skills and Kipu go side by side in the back straight. Richie Skills could be in trouble here, and Kipu again. The Mercedes is proving to be a Mercedes performance race, and look at everybody else going side by side here. We've got the Ferrari and the Toro Rosso going side by side. Gethin on the same place he was a lap ago, side by side with KF1. KF1 squeezes him out on the soft tyres, also as Gethin makes it up into 7th place, but Gethin, I'm sure, will come back at him. We also, Kipu does make it past Richie, so Kipu on a flyer here, on a charge, a man on a mission to get back up into the top 10. Yes, Sufyan looks like he's not got underway, but ABR Nick is in trouble here from Kimmy. The Mercedes, his teammate up in 11th already, trying to put pressure on the man in 2nd place. Streets Racing, Kehoe and Lethal all in the back of them. Oh, look at that, Kehoe goes wide. Lethal trying to look round the outside and stick round the outside, even he's on the curb, but he'll still, looks like, get a decent run on him. Anyway, side by side, Street Racing with the fastest lap, followed by Kai now in the softs. He could be quite quick, so he'll be putting the pressure up ahead on the other drivers on the mediums. Lethal down the inside of Kehoe, who's just made a mistake. It looks like Lethal's going to squeeze him out, but he leaves it. Oh no, I was going to say he leaves enough for him, but he's not. Oh, they both run round. Oh, the Racing Point now in the side of him. Oh, massive front wing damage, and the carbon fibre flying about. Safety car deployed. A massive incident there with Lethal and Kehoe going side by side into turn 1 and 2. It looked like Kehoe may have just been squeezed out in turn 2. It made look like he just maybe got caught out with the gap closing in on him. But the Racing Point and Neon Shocker, that's a shocker. He's got front wing damage. I really shouldn't laugh, but yeah, such a shame for him, to be honest. You know, I don't think he really could have done much. I don't think he was really fully aware of what happened ahead of him. He has got front wing damage, he's going to have to pit, but safety car is deployed, so that will allow him to bunch up back again behind these, the field, so he hasn't lost out too much, but he's also lost out on a set of mediums, so, and also a front wing also, but yeah, not so good, good start there from Neon Shocker. Yeah, so, well, to be honest, as I give my thought on there, it looked like Kehoe maybe just got not enough room given, but, you know, I think when, I would say, you know, the guy on the inside has the ability to dictate the line and maybe force him out wide, but when the next corner's coming up, you know, you've got to leave the space going into the next corner, so I think that's what really happened. Are we going to see any tactical moves? We've seen one from Gimme not long ago in China, but he stays out this time, so yeah, I think it's far too early if you're on the mediums. Possibly in the softs though, actually. Yeah, I was going to say, look, we've got Kai F1 and Gethin on the softs coming into the pits. Also Neon Shocker coming in for his new front wing. So yeah, keep an eye on a few pit stops, not drop them down the field. Keep an eye on what tyres they're going to. Mediums for Gethin. What about Kai F1? Yeah, he's going on to mediums also. So the pit boys go to work. Also Deadshot coming in on the softs. Mediums. Kehoe, new front wing on the hards, interestingly. Good try, go to the end. Hards for UK Racer. Sufyan still enjoying the pit lane. Don't know if he's realised the race has started. To have somebody join me, that's right. Yeah, so you just give me a few seconds. I'll try. I think we might have a cool commentator with us, to be fair. Yeah, so just let me round up the top 10 for you. APL is leading this Grand Prix. ABR top 4 is roughly the same. Pushy Horizons jumped up to 5th. Kepu is now 6th. That's a really good start from Kepu. Mister, if you just want to tick the box and include your audio if you're going to commentate. Well, no, actually, are you just going to? I don't know. Sweet. I don't mind. Just you can decide. That's it. Yeah, so Kepu has been a fantastic start. He's on the mediums. He's now up to 6th. Also, we did see pit stops, so I am well aware of that. But yeah, he's up where he usually is. And, usually with a Mercedes, he's a little bit higher. But his teammate in 3rd. Going to see the safety car go round again. Yeah, but the top 4 is roughly the same. We've got Pushy Horizon also, he's up to 5th and Kepu 6th, as I said, and Richie Skills up to 7th, Cringy now up to 8th, so Cringy's made a decent start as well. He's close to Kepu, obviously pit stops as well, as I hear a bit of a silence, and that's Neon Shocker again in the pit lane. That's interesting. He's on the softs. I can send you an invite if you want. No bother. Yes, that's good. But yeah, I just want to pick up on Neon Shocker. I think he had another shocker and put on the soft tyres as he came in for a new front wing. So he put on the softs, which I don't think he meant to, so he's come out in the hards and come out to corner cut as well by the looks of things, and he's on the hard tyres. Oh, and Deadshot's had a spin. That's not good. What's happened there then? Under the safety car. It's just dead. It's dead news that you want to see. That's not worked there, but just trying to mix it up. Anyway, but I don't know what happened there to Deadshot. Unless he's made contact with somebody, just got spun around. He's on the mediums. Some more drama here. Tier 2 just doesn't get enough. And yeah, Crinty's up to 8th. What's going on here? We've seen people. Oh, we got this boy Mystic Ray. I don't know who the hell he is, but he's joined anyway, sadly. But hopefully we'll have a good race without him. But anyway, the safety car is coming in this lap, so keeping an eye on ABR Nick to get alongside him. Challenge on him. Oh, ABR lethal. 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Well, how about that? I'll be ABR Yarnlift myself to investigate that, and I'll be also investigating the contact between lethal. Yeah, we've seen the lethal and what's his name? We've seen lethal and Kehoe crash out. But we know Kehoe is a very fair racer, as I've been told in the past, but we get underway. FBL looks like he's got a decent restart, a good gap to defend off ABR Nick. Nick's not looked like he's got up to speed with FBL, but looks like Kimmy's going to be able to try and challenge it to turn one or along the back straight. A few pit stops again. Gethin and Deadshot also who made that mistake under the safety car. Everybody in a single file order. Looks like ABR Lethal's going to go down the side of Red Mist, where he just made contact with Kehoe. He goes round the outside. Oh, this time he keeps it safe. Red Mist is now in trouble of KF1. We've seen him get a penalty for making contact, or no, sorry, I think we've seen somebody get a penalty for making contact with KF1. But KF1 is... No, he's a tier 3. Aye, wrong tier, sadly. He's the champion of the world is not as quick for tier 2. But Red Mist has been passed by KF1. He'll try and come back, I'm sure. But apart from that, everybody in a single file. Deadshot, Gedrin and Sufyan enjoying himself in the pit lane. FBL trying to break their slipstream as these top 5 drivers pushing hard away from the other, well, away from the field anyway. Pushy Horizon doing a good job to stick with these guys, just about. So takes a bit of a line. We've got Tringy. Yeah, it's been pretty laggy from since the start of this qualifying. It's street racing and Kimmy, they're going side by side. I think it's just the position change that is. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll keep it on the tyre things. It's what's keep confusing me. But
I'll do thingy if you want. Position change.
That's fine. So I think we see Gethin and Deadshot going side by side. Yep, through the right hander now, coming into the second right hander, right on the outside of the hard tyres. Deadshot on the inside, has able to dictate the line, slight contact, but around the outside the Ferrari has the inside line now for the turn 11, and yeah, he'll park it on the apex and gets it through. Now to 16th Lethal and Lethal Standard Kehoe side by side with Red Mist. Lethal's made his way through to 9th place, Kehoe up to 12th.
We have a train top
just
5.
made contact.
All
Yep,
within a second.
The train is creating. It's going to be all within at least 2 seconds at least.
With Pushy on the tail end, right there.
Yeah, he's doing a good job in Pushy Horizon. He's doing well to keep up. So we see KF1, I think, trying to have a look down the inside of Leading Standard. This is for 10th place.
You see top 5 all weaving about.
Kipu. Trying to break the slipstream.
Like snakes.
Snakes in the grass is Kipu, the man that was just ahead. Cringy looks like he's going to send one down the inside. He goes side by side with them into the long right hander, turn 10.
As Richie Skills goes wide,
side.
Lethal's near him.
Kippy.
Oh, he can't make it. He's going to have another go though.
Around the outside. Oh, it's off the track. Side by side, more contact between Cringy and Kipu. Oh, it looks like Kipu's caught the back of Cringy, but he's trying to drift it. Oh, he's kicked it.
He's in the World Drifting Championships.
Yeah, I know, he's definitely won that. He's done a very good job to keep that and facing forward. We've got battles scrambling in the background now, as Richie's now trying to get in the back of Kipu. As he goes down the inside, chucks it down the inside. He's actually ghosting there, so he's fair play to keep it. Oh, it looks like the Toro Rosso around the outside of Kehoe. KF1 passes him. Don't think Lethal and Kehoe want to go side by side again after that contact.
Neon Shockers gets 3-second time penalty.
Exceeding track limits. So
another train from Kehoe and Kai.
Yeah,
Legion.
So it's good to see. There's KF1 in the back of Legion Standard. He's going to try and take place away from the Scotsman, but you can hear him maxing out on the engine. They look to the inside, he's on the medium tyres, sends one down the inside. Legion Standard goes wide, he'll do the cut back for the right hander. It's a very good engine there, but
breakfast.
Simple move, but interestingly KF1 has actually got front wing damage in his left end plate. But Kehoe now trying to go down the inside. Side by side now to the right hander. Oh, Kehoe cuts him around and he is now up to 11th place. I think he'll pass Kai because he's got damage front wing.
Yeah.
He's pushing him round like no tomorrow, like a trolley around Asda, and trying to make his way through into the points.
Lethal pits.
Oh, interesting. Lethal is into the pits now. He actually pitted in lap one. No, he didn't. Sorry, no. I think he had fresh tyres when he made the contact. ABR Nick has picked up a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. But street racing in the back of Kimmy. And also watch Kehoe and Kai go side by side.
Nick and FBL have just been trying to set fastest laps. They haven't really been battling, have they? Just been keeping it quite clean.
Yeah. So we see a bit of lag going on here, but Kehoe down the inside of Kai. He sticks it around the outside though, fair play to Kai. He's still around the outside. Kehoe though is not going to give this one up. He knows he might be a bit quicker. With that front wing damage that Kai's got, Kai go down the inside now off the slipstream. He's now back past Kehoe. It's still side by side going into turn 10.
Kehoe's trying to go.
Kai F1 settles back into 9th, sorry. So some good battling there. Red Mist in the back of them as well, trying to get past them.
Kimmy's 0.1 seconds behind ABR Nick. Getting closer.
Yeah, he's very close. I think we're going to see a move there.
Is he going to try on this straight? He's got quite a lot of ERS, but Nick is only on 50%. Still quite a bit. Oh, he doesn't have the best exit. He's going to get DRS on FBL though, so I think he might be safe. As they're weaving everywhere, top 3.
Yeah, trying to break the slipstream, but nothing gives between the positions. Pushy Horizon looks like he's just starting to fall back from that top 4, but he's still doing a good job himself. His teammate climbed up the order, already up to 6th. Kippy already up to 7th as well, who's behind him.
Yeah, Cringy's took out about 2 seconds in about 3 laps. So he's doing a good job.
So we could see, Lethal's close to the back of UK Racer as well. That's only the battle for 14th, but Lethal will be making his way through the grid.
Can't believe how close the top 4 are. They're literally sandwiched really together.
Kehoe trying to go, a bit of ghosting there.
Lethal gets another penalty. Yep. Oh. Kimmy is all over the back of Nick. You can smell him.
Pits.
Nick always goes wide on that second corner. Maybe it's tactic.
But he could be getting penalties for going wide at turn 2. It's quite
yeah.
It's quite sensitive that corner there, is it?
It's the all get a good run out of turn 5, I believe.
Yeah. They all got DRS. There's not much they can do.
Yeah, they're just gonna have to keep going. Save the tyres. Who will be the best at saving tyres? That's the question.
You see the two McLarens in the background there. Cringy's just slightly getting closer. Kippy on his own. Well, we're going to say he's on his own now, but no, he's not. Richie Skills and Kehoe straight line down, isn't it? Within a second behind him, 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, Pushy's maintaining the gap to Cringy. As Kippo goes wide.
UK racer. Down the inside, Gethin goes, he's through.
It's fight for 7th. They're all really close. Looking scary. Richie Scales will be trying to hunt him down now. Quite a bit of lag though. Kehoe goes round.
Yeah, I know.
Outside. The inside line. Oh, can he make it? He's still going back wheel to wheel. Is he going to back off? Yeah, he's going to have to. Oh, contact. Kehoe and Rich Skills. Yeah. Has Kehoe got damage? Just lightly tapped his back end, so I wonder if Kehoe has damage.
Don't think he has too much, no end plates missing. Lethal's just past Red Mist.
Yeah, Kehoe's going to get that move done. Up into 8th. I wonder if Lethal is gonna. No, he's not. I thought he'd be working with Red Mist to try and catch up. Well, seems like he wants to maintain his 12th. ABR Nick, 5-second penalty speed in pit lane.
5-second penalty, yeah. But he's in the pits now. And interesting to see what tyres he goes on. He goes on to the hards, to the end of the Grand Prix. So it's usually a medium hard strategy, but you can also do the soft to mediums, as we've seen from ABR S1 in practice.
Baraps.
Perhaps.
Scringy's revving the balls off that engine. Showing the McLaren engine likes to be revved. And he's really pushing his ERS. 24%, 20%.
Kipper and Kehoe. It's close together, yeah.
It'd be interesting because Kehoe has 3-lap younger tyres, but he's on the hards, isn't he? So it's going to be close. Between him and Kippo.
5-second penalty for Percy Horizon. He's pushing hard in his race. He's up to 4th. As we see 4 drivers into the pits. Kimmy,
and
Percy Horizon, Street Racing.
Fastest lap, 34.84.
Cringy going pretty quick so far.
Now he's into the lead.
Keep an eye on Lethal where he comes out. He's nowhere near the other drivers to. Oh yeah, to be fair, he had that spin. He's lost a little bit of time because I think he's had to make that second stop. Also, he was close behind them after the safety car anyway. But look at this, ABR Nick is very close to the back of him. The undercut didn't actually quite work, but he's very close to FPL and could have a chance to get the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 14 in the back straight here. FPL looks like he got a really good run there.
FPL rockets off that corner.
He's done a good job.
He is using though. He's using overtake, whereas Nick was using more high, saving his ERS maybe for another lap to pounce. ERS goes down quite fast on this track as well, doesn't it? It's quite thirsty.
Yeah.
FPL takes a nice wide line, Nick a more tight line. Both different styles, but they have what works for them. It's no certain way.
Keep out Cringy and Richie's skills of in the pits. Kehoe stays out.
Clean stop.
ABR Nick. Kimmy has actually split these guys actually. Or has he just got past them actually? I wasn't actually just watching there, but ABR Nick down the inside. He's sticking behind FPL.
Cringy gets 3-second time penalty. Kimmy's hunting down Nick. Is he going to go for it? Yeah. So we see a bit of lag.
Kimmy down the inside.
Has he made it?
Nick trying to get through, but Kimmy's through.
ABR Nick's going to go for it. Just hunting him down. Is he going to go for it? On the inside, maybe? Oh, it's close. Wheel to wheel.
Nick taps in the Mercedes, trying over on the outside.
I think
He's got past. And keeps it stuck in the end. Tell you, my throat's getting killed here.
It's quite an interesting race. Quite a good race.
Yeah, it's,
a lot of battling.
Tier 2's always been really good, as I was saying earlier.
All these tier 2 drivers, they're like tier 1 drivers really. It's just
most of them are, yeah.
Showing the class.
ABR just looks like he has that extra tenth or two to be.
ABR Nick gets 3-second time penalty. Going wide.
Picking up too many penalties, I think. That does cost him to the end. We've seen a lot of late finishes where Kehoe was about 3/10 off down in 4th in Canada. He was down in 4th and then ended up being 3/10 off the lead for the win. It was so close. So I know Kehoe is going to be definitely not looking to get any penalties here. So FPL, to be fair.
That is the difference, isn't it? That is the difference.
Yeah.
That's where even like Lethal is 11 seconds off the next driver, but if they have penalties and he's sorted into it, he just has to keep pushing.
Yeah, he's got a 10-second penalty at the end, but that might get taken away from him at the end of the race.
Yeah. Well, you might choose to present him with a 30-second penalty instead. Don't know. You might like that one better.
Oh, we've got a yellow in sector 3. Richie Skills has made a mistake. He's spun round. He's going to get back going again. He's on the hards. He's lost. Oh, Cringy's left the session, and I think he's just disconnected KF1 in the pits. But Cringy is looking very quick now, but he's disconnected. He'll be raging about that. That's not what we want. Cringy's been looking really quick, and it's a shame. And KF1 is retired from the session as well. He's in the pits, so he's decided to give up hopes in this Grand Prix, interestingly. Kehoe leads by 4 seconds, also to pit. He's going to come way down in the field. I would say down in 9th place. Possibly 10th to be fair behind Lethal, but he'll be around where Lethal is. But those two had a collision at the start of the Grand Prix. It will be investigated at the end of the race. I'm not sure if Lethal or Kehoe got a penalty.
Cringy's ghost is on the back of Pushy, so he's just joined back. He's probably going to have to overtake his teammate now.
Yeah.
Can't believe his ghost has actually kept up.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's good to see.
Both McLarens on 25% ARS. I'll have to watch.
Now, I just want to keep an eye on Kehoe because he pitted for hards on lap 4. Lap 6, I think we got underway with racing.
Could he go all the way?
Could he do 21 laps on hards?
He'd be a hero.
He would be a hero. I tell
From
you
zero
that
to hero, but
that would be very close.
Could be hero to zero.
I think he could actually do it, to be fair.
He could have a chance.
What did you say, sorry?
Neon Shockers as well. It's 13 laps.
Alright, yeah.
Has he pitted? Nah, he's pitted twice.
He's retired, Richie's in the Renault. As we see street
FBL.
racing and EBR Nick going pretty close.
FBL and Nick.
FBL.
Kimmy.
FBL's actually closing in on Neon Shocker, so it's Legion standard with Kimmy and them. But Neon Shockers isn't actually keeping up with Kehoe.
Yeah, I think for FBL it's hammer time. He's going to have to put his foot down if he wants to catch up with them.
Yeah, Legion standards in the pits, interestingly.
Wonder what a tyre is going to go on. Mediums or soft?
I think it'll be the mediums. And it is the medium tyres he goes on.
Yeah.
That's been a quick 20 laps, to be fair.
Yeah.
That does not feel like it's been 19, well, for me anyway, it doesn't feel like it's been 19.
I've been here since lap 5 and every single lap it's been really close.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we will see Kehoe go to the end of the Grand Prix, but it'll be interesting to see if FPL close in on Kehoe.
He'll be on 22 lap old tyres, I think.
Yeah. But I tell you, he might have the pace to do it, to be fair.
Yeah, he's looking good. Looking good.
6 seconds now, he's pulling away. But also, FPL
the fin.
Closing in. Look at him trying to break the slipstream of Kimmy. It's interesting to see.
FBL does not want Kimmy keeping up, as they're both on the same old tyres, 5 laps.
Yeah. So the question in our minds right now, can Kehoe, can he win this Grand Prix? Can he keep those hard tyres going on to the end of the Grand Prix?
Well, he'll probably want Neon Chockers to hold him up.
Yeah, he'll definitely be wanting these guys to get bunched up. Kimmy will try and take advantage and possibly try and get past him. And that would cause even more time loss if these guys battle. So you'd think maybe Kimmy would think the long game and maybe not fight FPL for now. Unless FPL just, struggles to get by, but I think he'll get by with the DRS.
Maybe save his ERS for a lap or two.
Yeah.
Pushy gets 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings.
I think Nick is slightly out of the game now because he's got so many penalties.
Yeah.
But I mean,
track position,
track
maybe.
Wise, he's track position, but track wise, he's sure he'll still put a fight on. But we'll see FPL.
He's going to get hunted down by street racing.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to be close enough, is it? Nah, it's lagging quite a bit, but no, not overtaking this straight.
FPL gets past, he's 6.5 seconds behind our race leader, who's on old hards. Can he close him down? Those hards do last long well, but I would say around about now the hards actually have good pace once you've done a good few laps in them.
Yeah, they get better as the more you go on.
Cringy down the inside, I think, of around the outside, shall I say, of his teammate Pushy Horizon, a man not to give up. But
no team orders here.
No team orders, no multi-21.
I think he's doing a
multi-12.
I got scared. I had to overtake.
He got scared and he had to let him by. Street racing sets the fastest lap. Kimmy's
Interesting.
side by side with Neil Shocker. He's finally through.
Street racing could be in for some good points then. If he can keep this pace up, he's only 1.4 seconds behind Neon. So if we can get up to fourth.
I'm looking at the race director. Kehoe has used his 2 warnings up before he gets a penalty. Kehoe, FBL, sorry, has just used both of his warnings. So the top 2 have not got a penalty, and either has Kimmy. Kimmy's only got 2 warnings as well. So
Neon's
the top 3
got a
have
penalty.
not got 1 penalty.
2 penalties.
So
and street racing.
This top 3 is for now, as long as we see, is a battle for track position.
Yeah, Nick's got quite a few penalties. He's got.
Yeah, Nick has got a few.
He's got 11 seconds.
Lethal's really
penalties.
lost out in this race, to be fair.
Yeah.
He was quite near up the top 5, round about the 5th place.
10-second
Nick and
penalty.
street racing, side by side. Street racing has found his way through. But,
So if
like,
Lethal can get that penalty removed, then it might jump Pushy, because Pushy has 8 seconds. No, 11 seconds. So he has the exact same number as Lethal for now.
These guys still 6 seconds behind Kehoe, but Kimmy's going to try and battle second place. He wants past, but FBL's just done a fantastic job all this the whole race to defend off anybody that attempts or.
He's just had lightning traction.
Yeah, to try and
Let's
pass.
see
him.
what he gets off this corner. Again. Good traction.
Well, Kimmy looks a little bit
He's
closer this time though.
Close.
Kimmy does look closer. He might not be allowed alongside him this time, but he might be able to have a go at
he's leaving it,
the next chicane.
FBL leaving it in overtake. He's really
Let's
scared.
have a good run. He needs to be on the left hand side. He chucks it in. Nick and street racing side by side.
As
Again,
FBL
shooting
snakes
speed
left
of that
and right.
Williams. Yeah. I mean, I rarely say this, but the Williams has good straight line speed for now to defend off the Mercedes, which is not something you hear every day at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, FBL did a fantastic job.
Interesting. Kimmy using less ERS on the straights, but actually keeping it in medium throughout the some corners. Wait, he's only got 10% more.
Kehoe just ahead. These guys still barreling. The gap now only drops to 4.5 seconds. Sorry, 5.5 seconds.
Kehoe's in for a big win.
I think he could be. Yeah, he started. Where did he start? He started in 3rd. He was actually provisionally pole, and it was exciting finish to qualifying yet again. But if Kehoe can pull this off after making contact with Lethal, I don't think we need to investigate. Maybe after this, Kehoe's made contact and he's up in 1st place, so he'll be loving life.
Yeah.
So we see Kipu and Gethin side by side. Ferrari goes down the inside.
Oh!
Gethin dives it down the inside, chucks it in the Mercedes, forces him wide, and I think he'll be in front as they come along the straight. But Mercedes will not be in light to showing the door on the outside. They'll try and come back. As you see
Lethal.
there also red mist, and the Mercedes is around the outside as red mist. Sorry. Kipu going to leave the Ferrari enough room. He does. Red mist defends the Haas for now.
Gethin.
Yeah, Gethin. I say Gethin.
Gethinge 44. He only has 5% ERS. He'll want to look into that.
Yeah. And Red Mist is Legion Standard actually still fighting, but nothing changed.
Red Mist is hunting them down.
A lot of curb there from the Williams, and Kimmy trying everything, trying every line in the book around the first sector, trying to get around this Williams. 3-second penalty picked up by Lethal.
As Legion clips Red Bull wings.
Oh.
Clips his Red Bull wings.
Contact.
Deadshot on UK race having quite a lonely race, but glad to see they're still pushing on.
They just stand with a 3-second penalty, trying to catch up with Gethinge, 44. Oh, the Williams of FPL goes wide. Oh no, he doesn't. Sorry, it's just a lad. I keep getting caught. Every time I've been caught out by that. So many times I've been caught out by that. Oh, it's so stupid. It's so annoying.
5 second gap.
Qualifying.
I think, yeah, Keo, as we said, don't need to say no more. See if they have any penalties.
As FPL, as we didn't see, is still on track. As Kimmy going to drill down inside into turn one. He's going to take any advantage. As we see them go side by side through turn two, and Kimmy is through. Finally past the Williams that we've seen before, but look at Neon Shockers. He's not having a shocker anymore. He's now trying to go down the inside into turn three, now into turn four, follows them around the outside into turn five.
Back into third.
He's through. The Racing Point is back into third place, yes, and is now in trouble by ABR Nick. Wow, Kimmy is FPL gets a 3-second time penalty. Yep. So that's the first as the top three as we've seen.
And FPL lightning bolts past.
Yeah, back to third place. So we know he's got a good straight line speed set up.
As he took him out.
Aye, as he took him out, yeah. It's a classic Razzie P words from the man himself. Some great English taken there. And ABR Nick has got down the inside of Neon Shocker for fourth. So a shocker to see him lose 2 positions in about 3 corners. And, well, I tell you what, Kehoe was knocked, wiped out by Lethal, not wiped out, but just slightly taken out, shall we say. And the round allowed lap 3, and to get an undercut like that, keep the hards in good shape, 5 seconds ahead of second place. I tell you, that's a really good.
As ABR Nick still showing his in good nick.
Alright.
In P4.
Pressure on. Street racing jumps Neon Shocker, I think.
Still wants to get on the back of FPL and Kimmy.
So there's a battle for the points though. Gethin is trying to hold on for Ferrari, ahead of the Haas and the Mercedes and the Red Bull, just about 2 seconds behind.
So FPL has a 3-second. It's Kimmy, haven't he? Kimmy only has 2 warnings. Kia has no penalties, 3 warnings. Nick has 11 seconds. Neon Shocker has 6 seconds. Street Racing has 3. Cringe has 3 seconds. Yeah, so ABR Nick, he needs to keep pushing. He's going to drop back a few with all his penalties.
Yeah, he needs to hope maybe some others get a few time penalties or something, so we can be within contention. I don't know who I would give drive the day. I mean, Cringy's done a good job, to be fair, to get up to 7th. Neon Shocker didn't actually do too bad in the end to get 5th.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give it to Kimmy, to Kehoe, sorry.
Yeah, I do.
He got wiped out.
He's done 23 laps now.
Wiped out, but yeah.
It's
I mean, he literally spun out in turn 2 there.
That is quick. FBL, another time penalty.
6 seconds.
6 seconds,
so Street Racing might be able to fly his way up to 3rd if he defends. I don't know how many Street Racing he's got actually.
He won't know that though, will he? He won't know that.
No,
that's the problem.
Won't know
He'll
that.
just have
Street
to keep
Racing's
pushing.
got 3 seconds. So if Street Racing keeps it clean, he's gonna Oh, well,
He's gonna.
he needs to close in a wee bit more on the guys ahead. Then he'll get third place.
It's just if he
But
knows.
right now, it's not enough.
He's only on low
We
ERS
are
at
on
the
the
moment.
final lap.
He needs to play it up.
Yeah. Yeah. As we are on the final lap of the French Grand Prix here on Paul Ricard. Kehoe from lap 3 made contact with Lethal. They both spun out. And since then, this race has flown by with some good action in the midfield and up front.
Kimi
But Kehoe with an absolute...
3.5,
Kehoe
not
with
enough.
a really good early pit stop on the hards. Has driven it to perfection and comes across the line with no penalties to win the French Grand Prix. Kehoe wins an absolute brilliant performance here in France. Kimi finishes in second
Faultless.
place. Third place is
ABR
going to go
Nick.
to street
Another
racing.
5-second penalty for ABR Nick. Feel bad for him.
Nick gets another penalty in the end there. But as I
Street
was saying,
racing,
yes, the Flying
fastest lap.
Scotsman. Yeah,
Third
fastest
place
lap
for
street
street
as
racing. He
well.
managed to get it done.
He gets third out. He got it. FPL finishes fourth. Neil in fifth. ABR Nick down in sixth in the end. Cringy made a really good race up to seventh place, don't get me wrong.
Legion.
He did a very good job.
Gethin, 5-second time penalty.
Pushed as well way through. He is in the end finishing in 8th. Red Mist 9th. And rounding up the top 10 is Kipu. And,
That was a good race.
It was a very good race. Shame to see though Lethal down in 13th place.
Yeah.
It's, not what you want to see from a man that was potentially going into tier 1, but for now is staying in tier 2. So he'll be definitely looking to redeem himself next time.
As I said, tier 2 is basically tier 1.
Austria.
It is that high of a class.
Drivers.
Yeah.
UK racer crosses the line in 15th, and the final driver to finish.
Showing the calibre of the ABR drivers.
Invite me. Yeah, really good. Again, another fantastic Grand Prix for Tier 2, who's just seen there. And
well,
Kehoe pulling it out the bag.
Well, it was good watching. Good commentating
really
with.
good. Same here with you. Very
Great
good.
performance.
We got Lethal inviting me. I don't know if you want to join with me, as I'll just round it up here, guys. Thank you very much for watching this French Grand Prix. It's been an exciting one, and I cannot wait to, I believe, Austria next time out. That is definitely going to be an absolute cracker filled with overtakes and action. So that is all from me and Mystic from himself.
Yeah.
And thanks again if you've joined us. Hit a follow if you're new. And until then, we'll see you guys next time.